Hey y'all, welcome back to Bear the Cross.
Today, we're going to be going over Genesis chapters 6 through 9 and the story of Noah and the ark. Hey y'all, I'm Hudson.
And I'm Griffin, and we're going to be talking about how Noah put his faith in God through it all.
At the very beginning of chapter 6, we see how the world had turned away from God, and there was wickedness in everyone's hearts.
But Noah was the only one that stayed strong with his faith and found favor in God.
So God sent Noah on a mission to build an ark, taking 2 of every kind of animal along with his family to prepare for the ultimate flood.
So Hudson just gave us a brief overview of what chapters 6 through 9 are going to be in Genesis. But let's dig a little bit deeper to see what kind of a man Noah was. See, it says in verse 9, Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. And this is why God chose Noah to build the ark and prepare for the ultimate flood.
Now, if I was Noah at this time, I don't really know how I feel. God just asked me to build an ark and take 2 of every kind of animal because he's going to bring some type of flood.
Yeah. For me, I'm not sure if I would have that kind of faith to put in God to withstand all odds and build an ark, a huge ark, grab 2 of each animal, grab my family, and be in that ark for multiple days, even months. I'm not sure if I would do that.
But Noah did. He took his family, he did everything God had commanded him until came the flood. And this flood we keep talking about is something God brought upon the entire world to rid it of all its wickedness.
So after Noah had built the ark, grabbed 2 of each animal, male and female, grabbed his family and loaded them all up onto the great giant ark, and they sat in the ark for 40 days as the waters kept rising and rising and rising. Think about it as like if you have a pool in your backyard, right? And it just keeps raining and raining and raining and raining. And the water just keeps rising and rising and rising until it overflows.
Except like that was the whole earth. It wasn't a pool, it was like the whole entire earth. So
yeah,
a lot bigger, I guess. And after the 40 days, all the wickedness of the world had been wiped out. And once the water had stopped rising, the flood remained for 150 days until God had remembered Noah and all the animals all over the ark.
And once the floods had subsided substantially, Noah sent out a raven to just, see if there was any land there.
But it kept flying back and forth and never found any land.
So then he sent out a dove to go see if it would find a place to land, but it came back almost immediately.
And as the days went on, Noah eventually sent out a dove again, except this time the dove had come back with an olive branch, meaning that the waters had subsided and that the land was finally clear. Eventually, Noah had opened up the ark to see that all the ground was dry, and he let go and released all of his many, many passengers.
God had said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so that they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number on it."
And then in the end, God made a covenant with Noah, with a rainbow over the sky, promising that he would never flood the earth ever again.
And God said this to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I've set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth."
So that was the story of Noah, one man with his family, being one of the only righteous people in the entire world. He was sent by God to build an ark. Just out of complete blindness, he just had to trust God and know that it was the right thing to do. He built this giant ark, loaded up all the animals, and endured this hundreds and hundreds of day journey. And then eventually he landed, and God said, giving him a rainbow, "I will never ever flood the earth ever again." Now, many people may look at this and be like, why would God flood the entire earth and wipe out the entire population just because they were wicked? It seems kind of opposite what he would do. And this is a really good question and something that many people have struggled with a long time. It's sort of like, why does God let people die? But this book was written from a human perspective, so it's really kind of biased on the way that we see it. But we do know that God is a loving, loving God who cares for us and wants the best for us. So even though some things that God does may seem bad or even unjust, all we know is that God only wants the best for us. And although we sometimes cannot understand his will, all we have to know is truly who he is.
So no matter what difficult times you're going through, put your trust in God, because as we saw in this story, Noah was the only one who had faith and trust in God to go build that ark and to put animals in his family and be in that ark for a very, very long time. So as you go throughout your life, just remember the fact that Noah was trapped in an ark with a whole bunch of stinky animals, and I'm pretty sure stinky family members too, because I mean, how would they take showers?
Yeah.
So just remember, keep your faith and your trust in God, because in these difficult times, God has a reason for what he's doing. So we may not know what God is doing in the moment, but think about the future. Think about what God has in store for you in the future. Just keep your trust and your faith in him. And that was Genesis 6 through 9. I hope you all enjoyed, and we can't wait to see you all next time.
Next lesson is over the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Anyways, my name is Hudson.
And I'm Griffin.
Thank you for watching Gather Cross Productions. We'll see you later.
Let's go!
All right. Go ahead and click.